Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. We're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I rolled over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. We're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I rolled over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. We're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I rolled over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes.
I know you guys are probably thinking, is he gonna come on today? Is it gonna be the day he come on? What's good? Mike's in the building. Welcome to another Freestyle Sunday, guys. I am alive, even though it's Christmas Day. You guys know the deal. I wouldn't miss a day anyway if I wanted to, and I can't. So, been chilling all day, just enjoying Christmas or holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. Kind of figured we'd come on and do like a quick show, anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes, depending how traffic is, how many people that's here. Whatever the conversation we'll kind of talk about. I do have something pretty interesting to talk about. Figured it'd be the good time to kind of hint as to what I'm doing, so it's kind of cool. I can't believe I'm actually on freaking Christmas Day, man. I mean, I've been debating it really. Of course, there's no guest today. So you guys always know the deal. We usually have someone on where we have an interesting conversation. But, you know, every now and then we do some stuff where we just chat with one another or do Q&As or kind of talk overall motorcycles or anything else motorcycle related. So I figured, why not? Let's jump on tonight, do something quick and kind of just say happy holidays to everyone and Merry Christmas to everybody that celebrates Christmas. I do. So maybe you guys could tell me what you got for the holidays. What was on your wish list? Did you get it? Or whatever it may be. If you're not part of the live chat, you could always comment in the description. Let me know what you got. Or did you get what you wanted? Or is it something you're going to get when spring comes around? Because I know how motorcycle people tend to do. You guys get stuff later or you get parts. So that's the deal. Funny thing is, I don't think I got any motorcycle related stuff for Christmas, man. I got... Actually, my niece and nephews and godson got me a lot of motorcycle stuff. I got like a coffee table book of motorcycles, classic bikes, all the way to modern bikes. That was pretty cool, which I thought was really cool because they actually got stuff that I really like and stuff, you know, it's like they know that the stuff that I like, it's not like, oh, we got you socks, Uncle Mike, or something like that. So it was kind of cool. I thought it was very appreciative, so I kind of cool. I got a couple of motorcycle models and stuff like that also too. And of course they got the brand I like, which is kind of cool, man. I mean, you never think that, you know, people pay attention too much, especially family. Family don't tend to care too much about, you know, especially when it's motorcycles. So it was really, really, really cool for me, man. I had a great time. We had like family dinner. and stuff like that. So, but I like to spend my Christmas day at home, gaming, chilling, hanging out with A, watching movies and stuff like that. So just been enjoying the peace and quiet. And I kind of figure, you know what? Let me come on anyway and say what's up to everybody, man. But before we do that, we're going to do what we do best, guys. We always say what's up to everyone that's on the stream early on. People are still coming in. I didn't promote this at all today. I wanted it to be super low-key where it's not a lot of people. Or not a lot of people, or just a lot of people coming on and just expecting something that's not, because I knew I wasn't going to have anybody on tonight because it's Christmas. It's very difficult to kind of grab someone on a day that they should be spending with their family and friends or whatever it may be to come on and sit down for an hour to 2 hours of talk. So I kind of figure I'm going to be on this one myself. But let's take a quick look here at the, oh, you know what's cool? That's funny that played. You guys know the deal, man. A lot of you guys got the Clutch First merch and a few more other goodies that was shipped out for the holidays. It's people that's been part of the stream, people that's been watching what we're doing here, and we sent out a package to everyone and stuff like that. Just want to say a big thank you to everyone that came through, always come through and watch what we do and take part of it. There's 10 more giveaways that we're gonna do when we're talking about 2023, guys. I have so many more things to give, so many more things to kind of share with you guys. I think it's gonna be pretty dope. So these are some of the merch that I think I'm gonna be putting on a site for the channel for 2023 for people kind of, if they want to support and like help us grow, or at least help us get, like, you know, bikes and stuff like that, whatever it may be. This is gonna be like a small way of doing it. But of course, let me show you guys what we do best with Motivation USA. Of course, all the links will be in the description down below. Check it out. Carbon fiber for the Street Fighter. You can get it for pretty much any motorcycle make and model and brand. Here's one of the install that I did. And I have some really good news about some of the stuff that I've done with Motivation and how it's going to move towards 2023 for the stream. I kind of figure it's a great time to kind of talk about this also. Just going to quickly mention, guys, if you want to support the channel, you want to show love and stuff like that, or support what I do, you could always click all of the links in the description to kind of shop for all those parts, whether you buy for a BMW, Triumph, Ducati, or whatever, Yamaha, that's where you're going to get it from. But in the same breath here, guys, as you guys know what I did in the Street Fighter, I did a lot of gold accent, and I think I encountered one issue for 2021 and 2022. I did a lot of gold accent. In real life, they work perfect. They look great. It's meant to kind of do a play on the Olin suspension on the Street Fighter. So it'd be gold Olin's suspension in the rear, gold forks in the front, and then a lot of gold accents. So what I've been doing, take a quick look. Let's see. Let's get a little focus going on over here. There we go. Some of the gold pieces. This is carbon fiber inlay caps for the oil reservoir and stuff like that. I have a ton of billet aluminum parts that was in the Street Fighter. I'm slowly taking a lot of stuff off the Street Fighter. As you can see, they're nice and clean and neat. There's nothing really wrong with them. But I'm going to go for a new look for 2023. I'm going to black out. You know, I did the Rizoma Stealth mirrors. Also, QuadLock's been working with the channel. They sent like new case and stuff like that with matching colors. So a lot of cool things happening on the back end. But I'm blacking out the Street Fighter a lot. So we're talking about the stealth mirrors. The reservoir is going to be black. Handlebars black. How do you call it? Brake guards black. Bar end's going to be black. Just a lot of it. And then rear brake reservoir black. Oil filler cap black. Stuff like that. Rear sprocket nuts going to be black. So we're kind of doing a lot of those. And the overall idea here, yes, a lot of those are going to be black. That means I'm going to have a ton of very expensive parts just laying around in the garage. And I thought to myself, what would be interesting to kind of do for 2023 with those? You know, because a lot of people didn't say, oh, sell them or whatever. Do you know, it's not worth it in my opinion. I'd rather share all the benefits that I've been reaping due to you guys with you guys. So whether you actually have this bike or not, some people could actually get them and you could either sell it or give it to a buddy or something like that, where, you know, pay it forward or something like that. That's the overall idea. So pretty much most of the parts I'm going to pulling off the Street Fighter. They are cool stuff, expensive, nothing's wrong with them. The bike is mint. The bike is pretty clean. I keep it pretty well maintained. I'm going to be doing giveaways, just like how I did with some of the merch that I sent out to people last week. Thanks to Anna, of course, she kind of took care of all that stuff and got it done. If it was up to me, it'd be forever because I'm juggling so many things all together. So it's kind of cool that she has my back kind of taking care of that stuff. So if you guys want to, you know, get some carbon fiber parts, maybe OEM Street Fighter parts, Ducabyte stuff, anything that I'm kind of pulling off that I don't really need anymore. Usually I tend to keep all that stuff and just keep them. I mean, I have parts for the monster. I have parts for the, I'm just running out of room with so many stuff that I have. I always keep the OEM stuff just in case, but I do have some really cool Rizoma stuff, Ducabyte stuff. I have mirrors, I have arrow mirrors. They're just like laying around and stuff, and I've reviewed them. I've put them on the bike sometimes, and sometimes I've pulled things off. So I kind of figure, yeah, man, it's gonna be kind of cool to do like little surveys and like just like how we've been doing on the stream where we ask, you know, your top games or something like that, or top bike or whatever is part of the conversation. Usually the people we select, they're probably gonna get a package with some of the stuff and kind of start building on value. So, you know, sending merch, sending like parts, sending little things like that. So kind of figured it'd be a great way to kind of help drive excitement. You know, you guys get excited, you share it with other people. Oh man, I got this. I got a helmet from Bell from the FreeStyleSunday live stream, man. You should definitely check it out. Every now and then it does cool stuff like this. So hopefully that's one means that's kind of get people up and going with the channel and stuff like that. I think that's going to be really cool. Now, moving on forward, I know more people has shown up. I'm just going to say what's up to everybody here before we go forward. We still have a very cool conversation to talk about, guys. I don't get too personal on the stream too much because I don't like to kind of get completely personal. And for those of you guys that know me, I can have a conversation with people and talk about things, not a problem. But so there's been multiple opportunities that's come my way, and just thinking of a way of phrasing this, but we're gonna backtrack to sorry. Multiple opportunities come my way. I've turned a lot of it down. By the way, there's a couple of people that's here are thumbs up or on the low side, guys. Let's get it up. You know, make them match with the amount of people that's here. That's always great. And we'll get to the story here. And also, I want to get people's opinion on 3 motorcycles. I want to get your opinion on 3 motorcycles. I'll say what's up. Merry Christmas, Mike and Mrs. Anna B. Governor D. Nice. Merry Christmas to you, man. Hopefully you have a good one, or you had a good one. You received some cool things. Solo Whiter, what's good, fam? Good to see you on. Always great to see that. Of course, Life with Anna B's here, showing love and support. And we have that guy, Kels. Merry Christmas to you. Yo, I love the fact that most of the people that's here actually celebrate Christmas. That's always very cool to see. Hope you do walk around vid after you are done with all the changes. I am going to be doing a walk around. I'm going to do an update of the bike, and before I start taking everything off, I'm going to say and kind of highlight exactly what's on the bike, what's on what I've done to it, and what I'm doing that's new, just to kind of update it a little bit and keep the bike fresh and current. So that stuff, there will be some updates, and also it's the winter, so I'm going to find clever ways on basically keeping the channel fresh during the winter. Like, you know, maybe roll the bike out into the driveway and kind of, I guess, do a comparison or my walk around or a detailed video, probably similar to what Sasong's been doing. I think he does a lot of talking videos. I'm gonna try to do mine a little bit different. Maybe you could see the way I did mine, and then he can probably see the difference between his videos and my videos. Usually, like I tell people, it's great to adapt to what other people are doing, or at least see what's working, what's not working. Of course, I've noticed some changes on his video also. He's dropped from like 10 to 15 minute videos to 6 minute videos. So he's made some serious adjustments, which I think looks pretty good. Hold on, I'm gonna post this real quick. I want to get your thoughts on this. Which would you choose? What do I have here? Sorry guys, I want to do this real quick. 1200. Yes. And let me see what bike that I'm interested in here. XSR. There we go. I just dropped the poll, so definitely vote on that. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. I had to put that poll in there because I want to know. I'm trying to get people's participation here. By the way, Falu's in the building. I just saw him popped up also. Hopefully you had a good Christmas, man. It's actually very relaxing, just kind of not having a guest on the stream, just kind of chilling. It's kind of nice that I don't have to worry about it. Also, happy holidays. We have Chachon Jeremy in the building. Merry Christmas. Hopefully Santa found your horses. Your horses. Your houses. I guess he's talking about everyone. I'm the horses. Why am I thinking of horses? That's funny. Sorry to hear that, Soul Rider. I'm seeing here. Oh, what's going on? Let's see what Soul Rider mentioned. I hope you had to walk around the bike. I've seen. David PCO is here, guys. By the way, he's done an amazing job on that new BMW HP4 with Ebe. Jesus Christ. For you guys that don't know the deal, he's the professional painter of Ebe's bike. So really, really cool. You guys don't know who's amongst you when you're in the live chat, but he is a super talented individual. Hopefully this season, my goal is to actually get a Bell helmet, ship it to him, and send businesses way, also get it done. Paid, of course, nothing for free. At least get a helmet done. I think is great to support one another when people are doing projects like this. So just so you guys are aware, he is the talent behind those bikes looking amazing. I know Solo Rider hit me up saying how amazing Ebe's bike looked. It's thanks to David right here. A lot of when Ebe mentioned King David, he's talking about Dave Piccioni, guys. Okay, so super talented guy, does amazing work. So very, very cool. So Futuristic Vipers in the building also. Says Merry Christmas, bike fam. So really, really, really cool, man. So I dropped a how do you call it? I just want to see what people voted. I dropped a poll on the live chat, and I wanted to see people's opinion here. And I just want to see how much this aligns. So let's see here. The poll was for the... Oh, shoot. It's still running. It's for Ducati Monster 1200S versus the XSR 900 Yamaha. So two bikes... That is super interesting to me, and I kind of figured I'd love to hear people's opinion on this motorcycle, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. So there's a few things that's happening professionally with me that I thought that, you know what, tonight would be a good time to share. So many cool opportunities has come around my way, and I've turned down professional opportunity. I've turned down quite a bit, but this time around, I'm considering taking it. So where I'm going with the story, let me see if I'll mention here. Thanks, Soul Rider, 99% that I'm not getting the new bike because I've invested the S1000 money here in Senegal. Okay, well, dude, investing is always a good thing. So not getting a bike's not the end of the world. You know, if you flip your money, that's probably the better deal. You could probably prosper from that long term, and you'd probably be able to get double the bikes if you really wanted to. So I'd say it's a good thing. Anytime you have to invest your money, to be honest, motorcycles often are not investments. So it's not a bad thing. So as I was mentioning, you know, a lot of opportunities do come around and stuff like that. And just thinking of a way of phrasing this where I don't divulge too much information. So basically an opportunity is coming around, and I'm potentially going to do it professionally. And I have an opportunity to kind of flip this opportunity to getting a bike. Another bike, I guess, let's put it this way. I'm thinking of doing a bike as a daily. I need a daily for my daily. I know it's kind of stupid. And the bike that I was considering is the two bikes. It's the Yamaha S. You know I can't buy that bike because I can't even say the freaking name. XSR 900, because I think that bike's pretty cool looking. Though I do not like the back. I feel like it's kind of clumpy in the back, the rear passenger sitting area, but the CP3 engine's really dope. Like the sound, the triple sound. And the Ducati Monster 1200, the 2018 model, has always been a model that I really, really like. And I wanted to kind of explore that bike. The idea here, I wanted to kind of get that bike. You know, first off, let me play this. I want to play this so you guys could see this. Just want to kind of, I'm also going to mute the sound and I'll talk over it because I don't want, for some strange reason, every time I play anything that's from any brand or make or model, I get like a strike or something. Not a strike, but like they claim my stream or something like that. That's the video for the Yamaha, by the way. XSR 900. That bike is pretty clean, man. I like that bike a lot. Some aspects, I like the engine. The power plant of that bike's really, really cool. I like the styling, the retro feel. I don't like the back. You see that right there? I don't like that part. The back area looks, I don't know, like they missed a beat, like in the back section. The sound sounds good. And that bike is not very expensive, guys. It's only $10,000, not a lot of money at all. You're talking about, it's one of those bikes you could probably go to the dealer and buy it in one shot or something like that, so you don't have to worry about, paying for it long term or anything like that. So, but I think it'd be a fun bike to kind of have. I do like the gold-esque wheels, but the problem that I'm having also, wifey completely is going against the idea of a Yamaha. I don't know why. I think Yamahas are cool. I don't have any issues with any other brands or make or model or anything like that. I like bikes. I enjoy riding them all. And realistically, the bikes are more like, I'd say more like a beater or something like that, or a daily, because I'm just going to be putting miles on this thing nonstop. Let me pull this up here so we can kind of see this bike. See, it's not very expensive. $10,199. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty cool, I think. For 2023, brand new. And in that same space, guys, if we were to go like a Ducati Monster, it would have to be 2018 because they don't make that model anymore. The new Monster, I'm not a big fan of. The 2018, there's so many great things I've heard about it. The power plant's solid. You're getting 150 horsepower, 90 foot-pounds of torque. Brembo, everything. Öhlins, quick shifter. I mean, it seems like a really, really cool bike. I mean, definitely my style. And plus, I don't really ride my other Monster anymore. I'm pretty much keeping it in a space where, just keeping it elevated in the garage. It's one of those bikes, I used to ride with my wife and just enjoy myself. So, let me see if I could pull the Monster up so we could take a look at it. So the bike's going to be used as a daily, really. I'm talking about mainly riding this bike. Let's see, I'm pulling it up. There we go. Man, that's beautiful, dude. Jeez. Sheesh. Let's see, get some photos of this here. Let me get these ads out of here. It's called Liquid Concrete Gray color. I think this is a dope color. It's gonna be different. It's not gonna be red or anything like that. It's just my opinion, really. I'm not saying that the bike. Come on, where are these photos? Might have to go to Google. Let's go under images here, videos. Oh, we are under images. Hold on. Let's see what we could find. Yeah, so take a look at the new Monster. This is the newest Monster. Actually, that's not even it. Oh, yeah, here it is right here. I don't really like this bike. I'm sure it's a fun bike to ride. It's just not really for me. Maybe I just like the old school look and stuff, and that's okay. But the bike really is a daily, just to kind of use on a daily basis, really. And put miles on it. Okay, so let's do it here. Look at that, liquid cool, really good looking bike, I think, in my opinion. You have a lot of power, a lot of torque, quick shifter. You have different riding modes on it. I think it could definitely get the job done, really. I'm not even going to do anything to this bike. If I were to get it, that is. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get people's opinions on it. Neo Bears in the building. Oh my God, dude! I messaged you on Instagram and I messaged you on PSN. I never got a reply back. I finally picked up a PS5. I've been playing a lot of stuff, so hit me up, log in, hit me up. So very, very cool. I'm so glad. I'm like, oh my God, I can't seem to find this dude at all. He's out of Canada. Became friends a couple of years ago, guys. We've been gaming for a long time, so it's gonna be really, really cool to kind of catch up again. But yeah, I'm totally digging the bike. It's either gonna be between the two, and I think it'd make for an interesting bike to ride on a daily and shoot videos with, and just put miles and stuff. And the best part is I don't even think I'll be paying for this bike. Based on the deal that this company is going to give me, I might be able to, it's not a motorcycle company. It's not anything motorcycle related. Basically, for work, I'd have to travel back and forth from my home or travel for work. And instead of them covering my expense, my overall idea is to kind of get a check, and I would just buy the bike, and I use the bike for travel myself. So it's kind of like, if that makes sense to you guys. And in the winter, I could just either drive my car or maybe just take the train. I don't really mind. Get a chance to kind of read and catch up and do other things. But yeah, so that's how I'm kind of playing that. And I'm like, that's a great opportunity to grab a bike, or a daily bike or something like that. And I also wanted to consider getting a 1299 Panigale. Now, since it's a daily, Mike, did you try Astrobot on the PS5? Yeah, it's amazing, man. Really, really cool. The Astrobot. I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. Just really going through all the missions. Really, really dope game, by the way. One of my most favorite experience on gaming. What's cool about this game? I am kind of derailing a little bit from bikes, but I'm gonna go right back to it. That game reminds me of games of the past that had specific things that were cool. Like, for example, Splinter Cell, they would have like the crawling, or where you kind of like go into this mode where you kind of see enemies and slowly move to murder them, right? For example, in GTA, for you to get instructions, you would follow the road for you to get to where you're going. What Ghost of Tsushima done, they've actually amplified every single one of those things they've learned through all the years, like sneaking missions, GPS style. So they don't really even have a GPS. You follow the wind. That's kind of like your GPS. You can see it blowing through, the leaves through the trees, and you would get an idea where to go. It's not so much so a story of just samurai and killing people. It's a story of coming of age to someone who, in the beginning, you'll find out he lost his dad and he became a samurai, and he has a sole belief of him being this amazing samurai, and he believes in the code of being a samurai. And he slowly start to change by meeting the commoners, other people, thieves, people who sells, merchandise and stuff like that. And he had to change his ways to kind of fit in the new world. Right, to fight against, the oppressors. But as you progress through the storyline of this game, it gets really good. Outside of the mechanics, the gameplay, as you progress through the storyline of the game, you soon realize your family tree were conquerors too. They're just as bad as the bad guys that you're fighting against. It's amazing. I think the story in itself is something to be seen. It's like a film or something like that you're playing the actual film. Outside of the graphics, I'm just talking about storytelling wise. And he starts finding out more things about his dad, about how his dad, took him on conquest and stuff like that. And you start seeing the parallel between the main antagonists, right, which are the Mongols and stuff like that, destroying, their island and stuff like that, trying to take people and enslave them, doing whatever. Super amazing. And then he saw that his family tree did the same exact thing to an island parallel to their island. So, and he's kind of repairing that relationship with some people, and some people hate him. And really, really cool. And that's like the beginning. I think I did Act 1, and then I'm in the middle of Act 2. So you could see how a lot of things are developing. And I have a very strong feeling that his uncle, which took him under his wing, I'm speculating, I haven't gotten to that, his uncle was possibly a bad guy. I have a feeling that it's because he's following his uncle blindly because of the code of the samurai and stuff like that. So really, really dope story, man. Been enjoying it so much. Also I got Gran Turismo 7. A got me that for Christmas also. I got about a total of 7 games, I think, that we bought. I haven't even opened any of them. I opened only one because I like to open one game and go through it and enjoy it and so like, because what happened is I get, you know, to go to one thing, go to another thing, and it's like I'm just all over the place. I like to just enjoy, take on the story and enjoy the process and stuff like that for what it is. And the character arc and the growth, amazing. Really, really great work, guys. I mean, I'm talking about in the sense of, you know, I do have an art background, so I take very close look when we're looking at stuff like that. So I really, really enjoy it. It's one of the best thing about video games, in my opinion. I also have Modern Warfare. So if anybody down for like some first-person shooter online gaming, it's all good. Be awesome to play with you guys. By the way, Dragon S Motos here. Merry Christmas to you. So back to what I was saying a little bit earlier with the bike. So that's how I'm going to end up having that bike in my possession, instead of taking payment from the company for travels and stuff like that, which is going to be pretty hefty monthly anyway. I'll just take my own money, buy the bike, and then just pocket the money that they're going to give me. So pretty much evening out. I end up getting a free bike, and yeah, I mean, that's what it is. So hopefully I do take the position they've offered. Like, A doesn't think I should. I've passed on about 2 other positions prior to this, and I just don't want corporate life to become my world. Really, I love motorcycles. I love doing content and stuff like that, and I much rather pass on those opportunities and focus on the slow growth on what I'm doing here and stuff like that, or pursuing this. So we'll see how that goes, and I guess you guys will know, because what's going to happen, you guys will be like, oh shoot, he picked up the monster. So obviously something probably happened there, or maybe they agreed on buying the bike or something like that. But it's a little tricky when we're talking about corporate work and stuff like that. When they hear kind of bike, they hear danger and stuff like that, and when they putting you on, it's more like a risk and stuff. So but that's the gist of it. So hopefully that's gonna be the case, man. So I see a lot of votes here. We have 71% for the Ducati Monster 1200S. It's gonna be liquid concrete gray. It'd be gray. I wouldn't buy a black. I wouldn't buy a red. It'd be the gray, and it's just a daily bike. Really, I'm not gonna do anything special on it. Just exhaust and maybe bar and mirrors. That's it. Nothing fancy. Just a beater, just to enjoy it. And what I'll do also, I'll use it as an opportunity to do daily videos. So my trip to the office will always be like a thing where you kind of guys get to see whether it's a small discussion or going through New York City or whatever. So hopefully we can kick the channel in gear with that. The overall idea, if I do end up agreeing, I'd probably end up buying the bike around my birthday on February maybe, or maybe March. Who knows? I was already checking already. I found a couple, and but I was also considering the 1299 Panigale. I do like the L-twin engine a lot, and I just don't want to be uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, this is an opportunity to get a super bike. I do like the L-twin engine. I know that bike runs a little hot. The Monster's going to be a lot cooler because it's open. It's going to be very comfortable, and it's not mainly like a YouTube bike. It's more of a, you know, travel and then YouTube side kind of thing. So that's the overall idea, and I thought it would be kind of cool and to share that with you guys. Hopefully I end up doing the whole steps and see how that plays out. But yeah, it looks like all you guys seem to be nearing the Ducati Monster mainly, because my wife was like, don't buy a Yamaha. Why do you want to get a Yamaha? I'm like, you know, I do have a Kawasaki also. She's like, no, get the Monster. The thing is, they're in the same price range. The XSR 900 is $10,000. I'd say $1,000. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? $10,000. And the Monster, I think it's like $11,000 for 2018. So 2018, to 2023. So what I end up doing, the other monster, I'll just always keep it elevated in the garage. I'll just store it away. Maybe I'll give it to like my niece or nephews down the line after college or something like that. Who knows? Or my brother's kids, who knows? And then use my other bike, maybe like a pass down bike. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I'll use the other bikes and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. And I'm still looking out for a super bike, but I'm waiting to see what Ducati do for the Panigale for 2023. Yeah, 2023. I just want to make sure when I buy that bike, I want to, like when I bought the Street Fighter, that bike was the latest thing, greatest thing. It's gonna be, I'm good with the Street Fighter for at least a good 4 more years before something completely revised come out. I feel like that body look for the V4S, yeah, the V4S Panigale has been around. I think this is the 5th year. There's no speciale of it. Well, they did the first version. That was before the homologated versions. They haven't done a final edition of that bike, so they might do another year of it, slightly change the winglets, but I'm waiting for something completely different because I don't want to fall in the category, oh, you just bought a 2023 Panigale V4S, and then the next year, there's like a new complete style. Like, the front's different now, the winglets are completely different, and it's like, now it's like a big difference, and I don't want to fall in that space. That's one thing to know about buying bikes, guys. If you've seen a design that's been out for about 4 years, 5 years, that's the cap before they revise the bike. So either you fall in the beginning or right in the middle. The one thing that's great though about buying a bike that's been fully developed, you know, styling wise, the engine's been perfected, the electronics been perfected. Buying the final version of it, let's say Ducati the 2023 Panigale V4S. That thing is going to be the max of that setup. You know, they've worked on the suspension, they worked on the engine, the mapping, the traction control, all that stuff. So you're going to get the best of the best. Same thing with the Monster I was just talking about. That 2018 model in gray I was talking about, that's the last of that. That was the last version they did of the Ducati Monster before they went to that new look, which I'm not a crazy fan of. Not that there's anything wrong with the bike. I like that 1200. It looks buff. It feels very pronounced. It has a presence, in my opinion. Also, it sounds like a freaking, you know, thunder's coming. You know what I mean? I've heard one coming before while I was at the dealer, and it is nasty, man. I'm like, Jesus. Actually, Gold Coast owner had one also. He gave his to his brother. It sounds nasty. Also, the Motivation guys had one as well. It sounded nasty, and they ended up selling that to someone because someone gave them this offer that they couldn't refuse. So they ended up getting rid of the bike because it was so well modded, it was tuned, and it was something that they couldn't pass on. By the time I got to Texas, they had gotten rid of the bike right. I didn't get to even ride it, and I'm like, what do you think? And everybody's always telling me, don't go for the 1200R. There is a Monster 1200R. They're saying that I've heard there's some gremlins with that bike, certain things that, okay, my buddy 5up had one. He said there's little issues with it. Even if you look online, there are certain issues that you would spot with that also. So not really the thing, but that 1200S for me with the Olins, I think probably fit the bill. That's really, really cool. Unless you guys want to suggest anything, I would love to hear what do you think. Any other daily bike you think that'd be great. But I do like that a lot. The how do you call it? That Panigale 1299. But I have a feeling if I get that bike, it wouldn't be ideal for every morning, every night, you know, coming out of the office, pulling that bike. I just don't want to deal with anything that's too much of a hassle. I want to do something that's enjoyable and not too much of a hassle. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, that's a great opportunity for YouTube because YouTube loves super bikes. You got to capitalize on it now. Do it now. Do it now. And I'm like, I don't know, man. So it's a little tough. Let's see what else we have. Sorry, man, to derail this discussion a little more. But are you going to be trying Death Stranding? Oh, that's cool. Hold on. Let me pull this up. I'm going to pull up the comments again here. Death Stranding. There's a couple of games, actually. By the way, guys, feel free to drop any comments. Or if you have any questions, you can do it tonight also. You know, this is not a specific conversation of, you know, night where I'm talking about something specific. So you could definitely bring up anything that you want to talk about. I'll definitely answer also. I did say hi to Dragonus Moto as well, Futuristic Moto. If you ever enjoyed the Splinter Cell series and remake of the original is coming next year, I think. Splinter Cell, I never really got to play. I played Splinter Cell, I think twice. I think when I had an Xbox, and I haven't had an Xbox in a long time. I've always been a PlayStation guy. When I did have an Xbox, I played 2 Splinter Cells, which I did like, and I always felt Splinter Cell was a knockoff of Metal Gear Solid, and I'm a Metal Gear Solid guy, so I think I got a little bit fanboyish. You know, it's like, yeah, he's trying to be Snake and stuff like that, and he had some cool aspect about him, but yeah, I still wouldn't mind playing it, but I'm mainly just one console person. I think as you get a little bit, you know, older, instead of being the guy that has every console for no apparent reasons, like I make my choices based on what I like the most. I play a lot of action adventures and stuff like that, great stories. So Sony tend to have a lot of that stuff, and I tend to like to have my own space, my own time, because I feel like with you vlogging or creating videos for people or doing the stream, your attention's always spread to everyone. You're always kind of giving a little bit of yourself. So when I am gaming, I love the fact that I'm just on my own little space and enjoying my own little adventure. So that's kind of cool in itself. That's why I kind of, you know, like Uncharted, I like that a lot, you know. Those are some of the games I enjoy immensely. A mentioned she's waiting for me to play God of War. I do have that also. I have yet to actually even open the case of that, because I know I'm going to be completely consumed by Kratos' story. So I'm like, I don't even want to try it or do anything like that. When it comes to Gran Turismo, make sure to complete all the license. The game is a grind. Yeah, I mean, Gran Turismo's always been a grind, man. Also, it looks like they still never really did damage on the vehicles, and they're all pretty much just cosmetic, which I like with Xbox's version. What's their iteration of Gran Turismo? Oh well, doesn't matter, it's Xbox anyway. But I do like the fact that it's a you know, they have the damage in there, really, really cool. So, but definitely excited to try all the vehicles, or at least get the license. I've never been completely amazing in Gran Turismo, but I think when I was a kid, I rode, you know, I enjoyed the game more like not as a sim, more arcade-ish. But now I think, now that I have better understanding with driving and stuff like that, I think I'm going to enjoy it way, way better because it's more of a simulation. So, Neo Bear mentioned here, sorry. Sorry to derail the discussion a little more, but are you going to be trying Death Stranding? I'll hit you up on PSN later. Yeah, man, I got this amazing deal, by the way. I was in the office, and for some reason, I guess, you know what's so weird? It's super strange. Ever since I started looking like either PS stuff or PlayStation stuff, any social media I'm on, PlayStation stuff starts coming up. It's like my phone's watching me or listening. It's really kind of creepy, to be honest. Or I hate using the word creepy, actually. It feels like some of the how do you call it, white knights. I use that, kind of cringe a little bit, but as if it's like listening to me. That's the problem. So what came up for me while I was on Instagram is like a PSN Plus. It was like a crazy deal for an entire year for like $60 or something, or $50. So I did that also. So I got all that stuff all set up. So anytime you guys want a game, let me know. So it's all good. I'm ready to go. We could even do a game night outside of the stream. I don't mind. That'd be kind of cool. Death Stranding. I think a lot of people told me about that. It feels very much like Demon Soul, just as challenging. I wonder how's the multiplayer, if they have any. That'd be kind of cool. I'm very excited for Street Fighter. Is it Street Fighter 6 or 9? I don't even remember the number anymore. But I'm excited for that. I'm a big fan of Street Fighter. I'm not amazing at it, but I enjoy it. I grew up playing Street Fighter in arcades and stuff with friends, so it's like a reminiscent thing for me when we're talking about Street Fighter. So it's not even a matter of me being good at it. It's just I enjoy it. I enjoy the characters, the design, you know, the sound, everything about it. So for sure, excited for Street Fighter. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, more stuff coming up. Dude, John, when you message me, man, I'm just going to give you my number because you definitely got to hit me up, man. Futuristic Viper mentioning that Death Stranding just looks like a FedEx simulator. Ha ha ha. Oh my god. Oh, I know what he's talking about. That's the game by Kojima, right? That's the last game Kojima worked on before. No, outside of Konami. No, there was another game. There was another game. I think I mixed it up. There was another game that someone told me. It's very much like Demon Souls, but I guess I mixed Death Stranding with that game, but it's not. I know the game you're talking about. It's with the guy from Walking Dead. What's his name? Daryl. He plays that character. It's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely take a look at it anyway, but I wouldn't spend $70 on that game, 100%. I saw a lot of reviews on it, but I know PSN tend to give a lot of games for free, but hopefully that comes up. I'll definitely try it. But good catch, Viper. Let me see. Horizon something for X. Oh, I don't remember. I remember the name, man. I also pick up Dawn of Horizon. I think it's what it's called. Whatever. The girl with the bow and arrow. That's pretty cool. I'm very excited to play that as well. Spider-Man also with Miles Morales. That's pretty cool. I'm ready to play that as well. Manufacturers won't let them go crazy with damage, so that will always be a hurdle for them. I don't believe so. I think that's I don't think so, man. That's a digital polyphony thing. 100%, because if Microsoft could have damage on their vehicles, they have the same vehicles, same manufacturers, how come digitally polyphony can't do it? I think that's a thing that they just don't want to do. Or maybe it's just a lot more processing, more work to be done. I know they did certain cosmetics, small stuff, but I don't think that's the case at all. Let's see here. Nizoni mentioned. Babe, did we send Nizoni a package also? I know there's like a delay. Kind of looking forward to trying out Stray. Oh, Stray. That I haven't tried. I haven't heard of it neither, but I'm going to take a look into Stray also. I also saw they just released a new PlayStation controller, which I was very excited about. The controller, I saw a review for it today, actually. It has back buttons, and you could remove the thumbstick. There's a FN button, stuff like that. It's a $200 controller, man. I keep telling you. With every year, man, everything gets more expensive, and my tastes get more expensive. But I probably won't be buying that controller because I don't want to spend $200 on it. But I did get a bunch of Amazon cards and other cards for Christmas. People gave me a bunch of like cards, family members, so I could probably use it for that. Let's see here. Death Stranding is indeed a Kojima game. So surprised you haven't kept your eye on it. Yeah, I saw it with Daryl on it. My problem with it, the initial reviews when I read on that game, they weren't spectacular, and I think everyone has this thing when we're talking about it's Kojima and they're expecting it to be something. I think he was doing something that's pretty amazing, or it's very unique, and it looks like some of his ideas tend to not go through all the way, or they're unfinished maybe. Also, maybe it was a pre-concept for another game that he's probably working on, because I don't believe Kojima's gonna walk away from Metal Gear forever. It's his identity. It's what he does best. It might not be called Metal Gear. It might not be the same thing, but I believe he's working on something like a new thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like George Lucas walking away from Star Wars, selling it to Disney. At some point, he's going to... Well, George Lucas is actually making his way back to Star Wars with the whole Rey shenanigan. They're going to undo Rey's story, by the way, if you guys are unaware of that. I'm a big Star Wars guys. No, Star Wars and Star Trek, but... for different reasons, by the way. But they're going to undo that, and he's coming back to help them rewrite it. And Jon Favreau is going to be working on it also, so that's pretty cool. Damn, I'm all over the place today. This is crazy. But hey, you guys get a little piece, or a little idea of what I actually like, or the way that I am outside of motorcycles. These are some of the things that I enjoy anyway, so... yeah, I have a feeling Kojima is definitely going to work on something. It might be called something else. It might be a different trilogy. It might be a different whole story. He is not going to go into the darkness and walk away from something that he's used his entire life and career, that he's managed to basically perfect over decades. even though he didn't earn he doesn't own the IP. And that's the thing, guys. This is why I like doing some of the streams and doing the vlogs. And I talk about professional work also. There are opportunities that come around. I've always had this inclination in the back of my mind. I always think about this often. No matter how much money a company is giving you, sometimes what tends to happen is either they somewhat own you or they could also cut you. So I much rather work hard on my own and strive and struggle, like doing my stream or doing my vlogs or taking the risk in my own hand and own what I'm doing. Like, you know, just to kind of talk about Kojima here. Kojima spent all of his youth, because when Kojima was younger, his talent, his ideas, his concept, his drive, his excitement, he's used all that to create Metal Gear Solid, Snake, Liquid Snake, you know, all of the clones, all of these ideas were from his youth, you know, all of the concept, right? Working for a company. That company owns that. Doesn't matter what he created, everything that he did under that umbrella, they own it. Same thing with Kanye West. Look at him and Adidas. Adidas just shanked him for, was it $40 billion or $1 trillion? I don't even know. I think it's like $40 billion. They own it. So, you know, I much rather struggle and have like a small audience of my own thing that I know it's mine than going in for someone else, and then who knows, one day they could say, hey man, it's time to cut ties, and then that's it. All the years, all the decades of working with someone, and then you just gotta eat the L, you know what I mean? You just gotta leave. And now you don't have your youth, you don't have your time or your original ideas, your concept, because anything that you create with anyone under their umbrella, they own the IP or whatever it may be. So, granted, I don't, like I said, going back to Kojima, I don't think he's gonna completely walk away. Either he's gonna sign a new contract, or he could go back, has his own, have his own studio, and work out a deal with Konami, and partially own, or which I don't think he could buy back his IP. The only time I've seen people buy their IP, for those of you guys that don't know, that's intellectual property. I've seen, you know, people like Sony buys, where they buy the entire studio and then they own the IP. Bungie, same thing. Microsoft bought Bungie, same thing, where they managed to buy the IP in that manner. But we're talking about a lot of money. I don't think the creative people tend to have that kind of a big wallet anyway, unless they get someone else under their belt. Like a great example of this situation is Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is an amazing creator. They create amazing games. They work in conjunction with Sony, but Sony, I don't think Sony, does Sony own their IPs? That's a great question. I thought they own their IP, but I have a feeling that Sony, because Sony owns their, yeah, Sony owned Naughty Dog, right? Something to look into. But yeah, but it's always good to kind of set yourself up in that space. By the way, we have Ducati Pilot. Merry Christmas. By the way, man, I just brought up a little bit earlier, I did a little poll where I asked XSR 900 Yamaha or the 2018 Ducati Monster 1200S. I was asking your opinion. I'd like to hear what do you think of that too, or which one you like best. There's potential for that here. Also, I didn't even say hi to Covert Mecca, by the way. I'm just kind of going through everything, Guys, it's so cool everybody's just coming to say Merry Christmas. That's cool that everyone celebrates Christmas, because I do too. In the corporate where everybody's like, Happy Holidays. I fucking hate it when people's like, Happy Holidays. Like, if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever. Christmas is not even real. It's a made up thing. Get over it. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Follow mention here. If I knew it was for a daily reason, I would voted for the Yamaha. We Ducati owners know why. And Mike, you have already 3 Ducatis. Yeah, it's for a daily. Yeah, I think so here's the other thing too with the 1200S. It's 20,000 miles for a major service. So that's still a lot of miles. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me with Ducati is really the major service. For something that's 18,000 to 20,000 miles, man. I mean, how much of that, how much beating up are you going to do? I'm also going to garage the bike also every time I get to work. So it's never really going to be in the street or anything like that. It's going to be, I'm going to do probably either a monthly or a yearly garage plan or something like that where I keep the bike. Because you guys have no idea. New York City, they're stealing everybody's shit. They'll steal your bike. They'll steal your mom if you leave her in the corner for too long. So I'll definitely garage the bike or whatever. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a Ducati, whatever bike may be. I'll definitely garage it until I leave work. I would never leave my bike in the street in New York. They might not steal your bike out here, but people will definitely back up and knock down your bike and just leave. Okay? And that would hurt a lot if that's the case. Mike, did you try? Yeah, I did try that. Sorry, the Asher. I did read that a little bit earlier also. Ooh, there seems to be a little conversation going in. Cha Chong mentioned here. And he used to be a carpenter in the fire and water damage restoration industry. Not much you can do when it gets this cold. It's not fun. Hopefully you didn't. I can't see what's written here at the very bottom because there's like this tag on my screen that I can see. Let's see here. I could read amazing. Hopefully you didn't flood out too badly. Oh, Solo Rider, you had a flood. Can you comment that back again? I didn't see that, and there's a lot populating on the stream. By the way, guys, if you tune in, definitely hit the thumbs up. Really, really cool. I didn't even expect tonight anybody to show up. I didn't expect any of you guys to come in and be on the stream tonight. I'm just going to come on. I'm going to put on a show, and then I'm sure people could watch it the next day. But there's more of you guys that are here, which is awesome. By the way, let me know what you guys did for Christmas, man. Did you spend it with your family? You had Christmas dinner. We had Christmas dinner, did shots and stuff. A slept till like 11 in the morning. We pretty much stayed in bed almost till noon. And I made pancakes for her today. So I actually did something. Yeah. To be honest, I cook pancakes better than her. So she enjoys my pancakes. Mine are fluffy. They're thick, boy. Thick. And then went back to just watching TV and chill all day. Mike is a huge nerdtron about Star Wars and Star Trek. I like Star Wars for the entertainment aspect. I like Star Trek because the overall concept of space exploration in real life is very fascinating to me. Exploring different galaxies. Us not being the only human beings, or at least beings in the universe, is amazing to me. I don't believe we're the only walking, talking, or cognizant beings in this entire universe. That's just stupid. It's just impossible. So I think that's really interesting when you see people exploring different galaxies and different things. I think those things are super cool. I spend a lot of nights like watching like documentaries about things like that. I'm super fascinated about it and geek out all the time. So just a hint of my nonsense, my craziness when I'm not on motorcycles. Konami's pretty hesitant on game making since Metal Gear Solid 5. Besides collection or remaster, but the Silent Hill 2 remake is a good sign that they're willing to let other studios take a shot at their IPs. To be honest, Konami is not going to be doing jack shit, man. Without Kojima, they really don't have anything. I think he was their Michael Jordan of their team, of their studio. Them losing this guy is kind of weird. They're not really doing anything else. There's really no other IPs that are a big deal with Konami. I think that was an L. My personal opinion, if I was in that case, what I would have done, I would have made Kojima partners in the company. That way he gets some kind of percentage, some kind of studio percentage, some kind of creative freedom. Also, he gets a cut. And come on, you taking away from a guy that spent his entire life to help you build your company is hard. And I get it. You know, you don't own it. I get it. I talked about this before with Yami Noob and Spike. Similar circumstances here, guys. It's all business. But in my opinion, I would have made this guy partner and keep him around for his creativity, his team, and pay him. And your Konami still owns the IP, but now he feels like he owns it because he's part owner of Konami. You see, it's like a win-win. So that's just a thought. Just opinion. I believe second-party developers usually own their IP. Naughty Dog is first-party developer. Okay, so that means Sony owns those IPs, which is cool. Oh, by the way, are you guys, any of you guys, excited to watch The Last of Us on HBO Max? That's gonna be dope. I've seen the preview to that. It looks amazing. By the way, I completely was not a fan of the last episode of The Last of Us on PlayStation. That was a failure. I mean, so much we can cover in that game. Super excited for that game. Really love what they did in the beginning. The last one what he did with the, with them killing the main protagonist, it was just like, I don't know. That's just going down a rabbit hole here for me, of political correctness and all that stuff. But I was very disappointed in that developer and the actual guy. I forgot his name. Very laid back, looking good with long hair and stuff like that. He seems to be like a super left-wing guy maybe, and it feels like he's putting some of his own personal beliefs into the games or whatever. I mean, that's fine. You can be left-wing or right-wing. That doesn't matter to me. But when you're doing business for your business, set all that stuff aside. Know that you're working and you're producing something for everyone. And I would focus mainly on majority instead of the minority to please. So that's just my thoughts. Oh my God. We're going to have some scotch tonight, boys. That's from A. Merry Christmas to everybody. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that hits a spot. Let's see what else we got. Covert Mecha. Also, I think he's in the gaming industry too. I'll say, yeah, beating mean to me. Also, shirt fits great. Maybe people will want to order some from that reel. Also, large is a medium whenever you decide to sell them. Sorry, I'm reading this really weird. Yeah, beating mean to me. Okay. Also, shirt fits great. Maybe people will want to order some from that reel. Also, the large is a medium whenever you decide to sell them. Just change the sizing. Okay. So I'll just tell people that they do run a little bit smaller. So it's a premium material. The reason I did the shirt, there's a couple of shirts that you do when you're producing shirts. You could do a very cheap one. I'm sure you guys have seen Gildan or something like that. It's very cheap, very heavy material, very cheaply made, and they don't tend to last well. This material, the mix of cotton and the elasticity on this is perfect. It was a little bit more of a premium shirt, so a little bit more expensive. That means my overhead is a little bit higher, and I make less money if I do sell them. And in this case, since I do give them out as giveaways, there's no money coming in at all. So whenever you guys do super chats or whatever that you do, that stuff kind of backflip into the channel. But all good. I think it's a great way to give back. And I have a whole stock of all these things. Also have a leather keychain. So I'm thinking if you guys have any ideas for like little giveaways, throw them in here. I think we should keep doing these things. I think they're really cool, and I think it's always so dope. Even the reel that Covert did on Instagram with the shirt and stuff like that, that was cool. I'm like totally repost that and geeked out a little bit. So that was kind of cool to see that. That's what we have here. Dawn on the Run. Like that name, boy. Had to order a new helmet because I accidentally dropped it from the kitchen table. No damage visible, but I can't use that helmet again. Yeah, stuff like this tend to happen, man. I mean, it depends how high your table is also. But not to take any risks, it's good that you ordered another helmet. Also, that means you have another helmet that you can have around. I have, look, behind me, I have 3 helmets. I have another 2 helmets here on my stream setup. And in the garage, I have another 4 helmet. The ones in the garage I don't use anymore. They're just more like display. The ones I have in here, I use all those helmets. But you can never have enough helmets, man. I love jumping between helmets based on how I feel and stuff like that. But I've always been very on the fence about like getting a helmet that's loud. I think my goal for 2023, I want to get a helmet that's loud, that's pronounced, that's like, you know, every time I say I'm going to do that, I end up picking like a solid color. Like I have a belt in all white because I wanted it to be like a Stormtrooper one season. I'm like, oh yeah, it's very Stormtrooper, very cool. So I bought that. Then I wanted the Bell Moto 3 because I just wanted it very retro when I ride the Monster locally. If I'm going to like, you know, somewhere locally to get tacos or something like that. So I just ride that with the goggles. So that's kind of fun. Nothing crazy fast. I also bought another a Bell with the visor. That's just for me when I'm doing wheelie practice or vlogs locally, which I haven't worn yet. I have my all carbon also back there, the 6D. And I have another carbon fiber helmet. I swap them all the time based on how I feel. But my goal, hopefully in 2023, I want to get a loud helmet, something that's like really, really cool and out there. I always feel very weird. I feel like the bike is very loud already. It's like, look at me, and then my helmet is like, look at me even more. So that's that. That's why I always shy away from it. But this year, I think I'm gonna try to get something that's a little bit more fun. Also, I got really into getting carbon fiber helmets, so it's like one of those things. Chimsy, on another podcast on Sundays, the mantra is no days off. I believe same can be said for yours. Yeah, man, no Sundays off. Listen, I'm doing this once a week, all right? If I can get up, I can scrape myself up to kind of come on and chat up with you guys, whether someone's with me or not. That's kind of wild. And I think it's a slap in the face when I don't show up. If I don't show out, if we don't have a conversation, why not? I think everyone's enjoying this. You know, it's cool. You know, it's cool. It's Monday. It's a work day tomorrow. So this is like a decompression from on the week anyway. So it's kind of cool. Let's see what we got here. Covert Mecca mentioned, I brought my bike into my apartment on the 5th floor. Been working on it all day. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I hope you have a freight elevator. Wow, that's dedication, man. Dedication. I have a couple of carbon fiber parts for the Street Fighter that I haven't put on yet. I have the side parts and the rear subframe stuff. Again, if you guys are looking for any of these things, guys, Motivation USA. I think the last week was my weakest week, I think, of any promo with them, which is okay. I think it's how holidays, people are shopping for other people, not for themselves. But if you guys are looking for parts, your friends are looking for parts, because a lot of people don't know about the stream. If you guys want to share the link with other people so they could shop, that'll be really, really appreciated, guys. So definitely do that. Also, it shows the conversion rate with motivation for me also. That always give me a good leg up in terms of having conversations and stuff like that. So if you're not looking for parts, your friend is, your friend of a friend is, let them know what's up. Give them my link. Let's see what we got here. Nizo Ni mentioned here, I want a Lego BMW S1000RR set, but I got to save up for that. My Christmas/birthday present. I have the Ducati one here I haven't built. I got a cast BMW S1000RR. Actually, I have, that was one of my gifts also. It's Solo Riders BMW. I have a cast version of that I need to put together. The BMW, I know A is supposed to be ordering that for me. Or I think she did. I just haven't received that yet. I have a bunch of those I haven't put together yet, but very excited to kind of do those also. Solo Rider mentioned, I wanted on a well... So wait, sorry, knees on the. I wanted on a well, but I play scared. Sorry, I'm not following this. I wanted on a well, but I play scared me away. Okay, something about the play. I think the play scared him away. You wanted. I might have missed something on that. The context is not there. Sorry if you guys are watching. Sorry. That Chung mentioned here also. MC. That's funny. Covert Mecha. It's nice to have them indoors. Yeah, man. I mean, it's cool to actually have your bike in somewhere. I never have to think about it. Also, I started putting cameras around my home now. I have like my front, my side door, my rear, and then my garage also, so I could probably monitor everything. It's really nice. I never really have to think about my bikes or anything like that. Also, just because your bike is inside, never remove the coverage. My bike's still under full coverage, all of them. If there's a flood, if there's, God forbid, there's a thunderstorm that destroy your roof or something like that, and it caves in on the bike, they could still give you your bike back. I know a lot of people tend to do this in New York where they have their bike in storage and they uninsured their bike in the winter. I'd say pay it yearly. That way you never feel the need to stopping it. Because in my personal opinion, whenever you feel like you don't need it, or you feel like, oh, I'm not riding, man, it's not off the season, some wild, crazy thing's going to happen, and then you're going to get stuck with the bill. So, I'd say don't do that. By the way, I just want to kind of mention this real quick. By the way, I mentioned it a little bit earlier before everyone kind of showed up, guys. I'm taking off a bunch of parts off the Street Fighter because I'm blacking out the bike. Stealth mirrors, bar end mirrors. I have some expensive Rizoma mirrors. I have Arrow mirrors, CRGs. And I was doing a lot of gold theme where it's like gold forks, gold suspension, and I was doing hints of gold, so like reservoir caps and stuff like that. I'm gonna be giving those things away because I got a bunch of new stuff and I'm just redoing the look for the Street Fighter. I'm gonna black certain things out and change the bike up for 2023 just for fun. I think it'll be interesting. So if you guys part of the stream, you're watching the stream just like we did some of the giveaways and send stuff out, I'm going to be giving those parts out. Again, you guys know, hopefully you guys know that I take very good care of my bikes and stuff. They're pretty much like in immaculate condition. So I'm going to be taking those things off and use them as a give back. I'm going to do giveaways and give you guys those parts, even though you might not have a Street Fighter, or maybe you do have a Panigale or something like that. Or if you want to give it to someone, gift it to a friend, or maybe whatever. If you want to sell it, that's up to you. But I'm going to be giving those away. So for example, I took some of these off. Take a quick look. These are the billet aluminum with carbon fiber inlay reservoir caps. Cleaned them nice and neat. So these guys are totally going to be, either we'll do like giveaways on the channel, or in the stream we'll probably do like little surveys again, and whoever gets certain things right or whatever, we'll ship it out. We'll do like a package again and ship stuff out. So whatever I'm going to be pulling off the bike, I'm going to just, you know, give them back, do like a gift back to you guys. So I think that'll be kind of cool. I mean, in some cases, if you don't have the bike, that's fine. I know people probably sell certain stuff, so, you know, instead of me selling it or something like that, or trying to do that, I don't think it's worth the time. But I think you guys probably would find value in that. And also, who knows? It's still quality parts anyway. So, let's see here. Salute 2, gameplay solid. No, I don't know what that's an abbreviation. I don't know what game that is. Gameplay solid, 10 out of 10. Story, 10 out of 10. Super disappointed. I'm not sure what game that is. Can you tell me the exact name? Salute 2. Oh, The Last of Us 2. Oh my god. Duh. Oh my god. I just had a brain fart for a second. Last of Us 2. Gameplay is 10 out of 10. Yes, that game is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 in terms of the gameplay. The graphics. Everything was really great about the game. Where it fell, it's the story, I feel like. The disconnect with the audience. It's the same thing that happened with Star Wars. When they did the Mary Sue with Rey, you know, within, is it two movies or one movie? Rey was like as powerful as any Jedi, and she could use the Force, and she could use the dark side. She was like the ultimate, you know what I mean? For example, Luke became like the ultimate, you know, he became like the ultimate, how you call it, Jedi, right? But that was developed over time, dude. That's after him fighting Vader, killing Vader, him going to the island, training with Yoda. Yoda passed knowledge to him. He opened up his own Jedi school, which was the real win, by the way. So a lot of people interpret. We're going tangent, so stick with me. Don't leave. Okay. Vader was really not a bad person. Vader's problem is that he became a Jedi too late. Okay? And I think, not Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan's master always felt that it was okay to have an understanding of family, loved ones, getting married, and stuff like that. So all the stuff that Anakin did, like him with Padme and stuff like that, you know, having the babies, Leia and Luke, and lying and stuff like that, he felt like that stuff was being taken away, and he felt like Jedi should have been like not just the watcher, not just watching stuff, and really interacting and giving people freedom. To be honest, Luke find the most success in Luke's school of Jedis. There was no like rules of like Jedis can't be married, they can't have family, they can't have loved ones. His understanding of being a Jedi was way different, and that was really what Anakin was looking for. So, to his dismay, his success was Luke's. Luke managed to create the perfect school for Jedis that has a complete understanding. Even some of his most pristine students that was, you know, well trained in the Force, he allowed them to study the dark side, or at least partially understand how it works, how you could use it. So there was no like light side or dark side. So he was a perfect understanding. And that's why I think the whole Rey thing kind of screwed it up. If you look at canon, they explain a lot of story, and that's how Luke became super badass. Like, he was amazing. If you look at some canon, some comic book stuff, he was like crazy, next level. Like, he surpassed Vader and everybody else. And they showed where he had a weak moment. He tried to kill Leia's son. Like, that's just kind of weird. You know what I mean? That was like a cop out, whatever. So, but we'll see how that plays with the new stuff with Favreau and George Lucas and the rewrite, and they kind of remove Rey, and they're gonna kind of bring her on. They're technically gonna make her the daughter of Obi-Wan, and the son of Palpatine, or not the clone Palpatine, the real Palpatine. So that's a very interesting approach. We'll see how that goes. It's supposed to be canon, though. Last of Us 2, really good gameplay. Wouldn't play it again, though. Yo, nobody likes that game. Nobody enjoyed that game, and rightfully so. I think gameplay was really dope. I think the beginning really crushed the game for me. I was going through the story at that point just to kind of get to the ending, finding out what happened, because you couldn't... Look, you couldn't killing... I mean, if you haven't played this game at this point, I'm sorry. Killing Joel is like fucking bananas. The guy is the main person. He is the driving factor. He was the protector of Ellie. He sacrificed everything to kind of help humanity. And they destroyed the guy within the first 10 minutes. As if he's not important. Yes, he's done some really shady stuff to kind of get, but it's the sacrifice for the greater good. Same thing as I spoke a little bit earlier when we spoke about Ghost of Tsushima, right? Him being a very honored samurai, where to the point as you progress through the story, you start using tactics of theft, assassination, just so he can compete with the new threat. And then he starts to understand why people steal or do theft and stuff like that. And then hence why they call him Ghost of Tsushima. He's not really the samurai of Tsushima. He's kind of like, he's grown beyond that. So very, very cool. Very excited to see the closing of that story. And another thing I noticed that's really cool about that story too, you could see the progression of him aging through the game. I feel like every time I see his face, it's changing a little bit. Really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Solo Rider, scary to find a place to put it in. I'm assuming something happened with his bike. There was a flood. Kind of like piecing this together here. Dawn on the Run. I like saying that damn name. Having Crown Royal and Pepsi. Nice. Cheers. Let's see what we're doing here. Oh, by the way, guys, for you guys that are unaware, probably don't know this. I've noticed two things has happened. I use a couple of lenses when I do the stream. This is my lazy lens, so that way we can kind of come in and go out or whatever. But I've actually lost 18 pounds. I know I had to share that. Not very important, but I've been I've been intermittently fasting and stuff like that. So hopefully it'll be a little bit faster on the bike when I start trimming down. Nah, just making some changes, guy. I want to be more healthy, really. I want to be in a place where I feel good and be very energetic. So that's one of the reasons I've been kind of doing that. So very excited for that, and I feel good. Hopefully we continue that till 2023. I also ordered a heated seat for my bike, but it'll be about a month before it arrives. Yeah, man, I can't say the same, man. I can't be in the cold. Not that I can't really. I just don't find. I've always said this. I need to do a vlog on this, really, talking about how we enjoy our bikes. I know everybody enjoys it differently. I like when it's nice and sunny. The sun is hitting me, hitting my face. The wind is hitting me, and it feels good. I could hear the bike. I'm not worried about sliding on black ice or, damaging my bike with salt. Like, for me, it's an experience. I love going out on rides where the sun's going down, getting dinner. That's how I enjoy my bikes, man. That's how I enjoy it. For me, it's like a whole thing. The road, the cars you see, the place you get to, talk with people. Like, that's how I enjoy my bike. That's how I enjoy my rides. You know what I mean? So for me, I find it very difficult to do something like that, where if it's like freezing out and it's like my hands and I'm uncomfortable and I can feel my legs, my thighs are cold and stuff. I mean, I know I could wear layers, but I don't want to be like, it's like that kid that's going first day of school and he's like 6 and his mom put him in the onesie and shit. Like, I just can't do that on a motorcycle. I don't find it pleasant. Not that I'm hating on anyone or anything like that. It's fine. But, on a nice spring, summer, fall day, guys, you catch me riding every day. I might not post it, not do anything like that. And I've just learned to enjoy my privacy a little bit when I'm riding now. So that's why I don't post as much, which this year I probably will. Because somebody sent me, was like, you need to get on Instagram because you're going to get paid for it. So, which is good. Somebody sent me like a $300 check they got and stuff. It's like, you should be posting your stuff when you're going to make money. I know, but sometimes it's not all about money. Sometimes, but hopefully I'll get to it this year. Kylo Ren was a good character. Then he started simping for a girl that don't even like him. Then they made him super weak. Character development. So Kylo Ren is a very interesting character. I like his whole armor. That the look he had was really dope. I think the look was really good. He had great potential to become the next Vader. Where they failed at with Kylo Ren, and I think they failed with Kylo Ren, with Rey, and Finn. Okay, 3 characters that they kind of screwed up, and they all had great potential. First, I'll just touch base with Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, look and feel really cool, very ominous. He had a lot of anger, which is cool, but which Vader had a lot of anger as well. Kylo Ren was showing his anger. He was like bashing his helmet, punching stuff. He was like a 16-year-old. He was like a 16-year-old prepubescent kid, which made him look weak to me. If he kept this cool and just have a murderous rage, which really would have really made his character surpass Vader. And that's the problem Star Wars have. They can't seem to get past Vader. They can't seem to create something as brilliant as Vader. And they try to remake it, and it doesn't work, and it's kind of weird, kind of wonky. Like I said, Kylo Ren should have been the epicenter of the next 10 years of Star Wars to me. Because the helmet was dope. You could see the slashes on it. Where he kind of put it back together. That was kind of cool. It's just his persona was kind of weird. Him having emotional outbursts. Like, who does that? Like, you're mass murdering, Jedi on their dark side. You just don't do that. You hold it in. The only time you let out that rage is when you force choking somebody or cutting someone's arm off. You know what I mean? That's how they do it. The other problem with Kylo Ren and Rey. By the way, I think her name's supposed to be Osaka, something like that. Osaki, something like that. They're changing it. Her real identity. They're gonna go with her real identity now. So it's not Rey Skywalker, by the way. So you can see some of the lore they're writing, some of the new script they're writing. Ray should have never been in a space where she's kind of gravitating towards Kylo Ren as like a love interest. In the very beginning of Star Wars, which I thought was brilliant, I thought that was so dope. Finn, to be honest, I don't even think Kylo Ren was simping too much for Rey. He had like a natural connection to the Force that was driving him to her. He was using that to kind of lure her a little bit, to the point that they made a love interest a little bit towards the end. I think also they switched directors, and I think what's his name? He had to try to fix what they did in the first part, so that made things kind of wacky. Finn was super interesting. Okay, now I'm not biased because Finn is black. I thought it was really cool that a stormtrooper broke off from the whole stormtrooper thing. And there was a lot of things about Finn that shows that he was kind of falling for Rey. I thought that's cool. A stormtrooper falling in love with a Jedi. I thought that was super cool, and there was a lot of tension. They kind of showed you a lot of things that he might have done, or he's following her around, or he's trying to protect her, even though she's more powerful than him. I thought that was cool, and they never made that a thing. Also, since there was a potential they could have went the other route where they made Finn a Force sensitive stormtrooper, because there's a lot of scenes with him, with like it wasn't a saber, but it was like a saber. He was fighting with that, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool if they made a stormtrooper actual Force sensitive. That would have been really dope. And I think that had a better potential for Rey and Finn to become a thing. Because you saw Rey, if you look closely, some of the sexual tension in the first part, she had a little bit for him. And he had some. And he was like trying to protect her. And then for some reason, they made Finn a throwaway character where he ended up with the Asian girl, which has nothing to do with anything. That girl was a throwaway character also. So I thought that was kind of weird. But Finn was definitely simping for Rey hardcore. He was simping so hard, and he didn't get nothing. That was crazy. Mike is getting his sexy back. That's from me losing the 18 pounds. But yeah, I still got a couple more pounds to go. Let's see what we got. If you choose Viper, a heated seat would be nice. I have only experienced heated sock and glove. By the way, my Hyper Motard have heated hand grips. I've never used them. The Street Fighter 2, I think. I don't think I'll ever find out because, to be honest, the cold for me when I ride a motorcycle that's in the cold weather, it's not about my body or anything like that, because usually my adrenaline keeps a lot of that stuff really hot. My feet doesn't get cold and stuff like that. My knees a little bit because the wind chill is hitting it. But my hand and fingers, the suffrage with that, it feels so bad that I couldn't do it. I've done it before, and it's something that I regretted tremendously. And for me, I have to feel the controls and the levers. I think if I get one of the bigger gloves that's hand warmers or something like that, I don't think I'll feel the same on the bike. So that's why. I'm thinking of investing in heated gear soon. Yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, if you ride all season around, you should. I don't see why not. Let's see what we got here. Sometime here in the South, we do have below freezing temperature. Dude, we had a cold front in New York the past 3 days. The weather's been really nice. But I think December 23rd, 24th, and 25th, we dropped down to like 10 degrees. It was crazy how cold it got. That was insane. Let's see here. Yeah, me too, Don. On the run. My bike's already hardwired for heated gear. Just gotta get it. Yeah, man. See, there's a lot of people that seem to ride in the cold weather, man. I can't do it. Like I said, it's not that I can't physically do it. It's just, you know what, better yet, here's a better question. Riding in cold weather, it's warm weather, what is the incentive? What is the thing that makes it okay? Like, special. Actually, you know what? Let's drop a poll on this. By the way, definitely drop a poll on this. Mike, did you go to one of those theater events and watch Star Wars for 10 hours? No, no, absolutely not. I like to enjoy these things at home in my own home theater. You know what I mean? It's like I have a sound system, a theater system, and have a big enough screen and stuff like that at home. I like to be in my own comfort and have little snacks and stuff like that and chill. Or maybe with friends, close friends or something like that. Or just whatever. That's how I kind of like doing it, really. Um, I hate to say this, man. I feel like theaters are getting a little played out. But then again, I'm not a teenager anymore. I used to love going to the theaters and stuff like that as a kid or younger. But I think, I don't know. Now I just like enjoying myself. Like, for example, we watched Black Adam recently. It wasn't an amazing movie. It wasn't a bad movie. And Anna was like, "Oh, let's just order it. It's like $20." I'm like, "Nah, don't order it. Wait for like 2 weeks. It's gonna be free. We already paid for the service anyway." We watched it. We enjoyed it. It was a little popcorn flick or anything like that. It wasn't anything special. And I find it, I struggle to see The Rock in certain roles because I feel like he's pretty much in everything. He's like Kevin Hart. He's in everything, and I think the fact that he's so big, he's really big, and I think it's kind of cool to be muscular, to be fit. He's overtly big, so it's kind of hard to see him in certain roles. It's kind of hard to digest a little bit. So, for example, Henry Cavill, I feel like he's very fit. Henry Cavill is very tall, is very fit, but he's not like a monster. So I think you could see him do like comedy, you could see him do Superman, you could see him do like, you could see him in Mission Impossible, you could see him in those films. It still translates very well. I think he still has that wrestling thing, and he's kind of like amplified it even more. You know what I mean? It's like crazy, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I really got? You know what really got to me, Mike? So, you know what really got to me? In people were blocking lightsabers with guns and armors. Like, no, bro, it would cut through it. Yeah. Oh, so there's a few things that could block a lightsaber. The dark saber could block a lightsaber, but yeah, you can't block a lightsaber because it's a laser. It cuts through anything and everything. So yeah, that's kind of weird too. They've had a couple of little weird things. I think they're gonna make some really great adjustments for Star Wars. John Favreau's involved, and John Favreau has a very good understanding of the lore, what people love, and I think he's gonna do a great job, man. Especially with George Lucas overseeing it or being co-writer, and then fixing the story. Hopefully they manage to do it, and really, I think they really got to keep some of the Mary Sue thing out, some of the political beliefs. Somebody just chimed my front door. Is it my front door? Yeah. I just think they really need to keep those personal beliefs out of the movies. You know what I mean? If you're creating something, and if it's already has it's just someone walking past the house. If you're creating something that's for the masses and it already has a cult following or whatever, I'm not saying not to divulge a little bit and kind of go into something else. You have to keep with the core audience. Also, you have to keep with some of the lore that's been established already, and you can't even just go out there and just start making changes based on the temperature of our political climate at the moment. I think that's just kind of odd. It's just weird. So even here's another. I'm gonna close off with that, since I think we're going on about an hour and a half. I was supposed to be like 40 minutes, but I'm enjoying the conversation. Why not? For example, right, when Luke went to fight Vader, right? Luke could not beat Vader. He did not beat Vader. Vader only left his guard down because he's realized his son was gonna get killed by a Palpatine, and he was realized that's what he actually stood for, and there was a little bit of light in him, and he allowed him to put his guard down, and then he lost. Luke did not beat Vader. if you really watch the fight, you know, he had him up the ropes and stuff like that, cut off his hand and stuff like that. You know, he only allowed it. Luke only became an amazing Jedi over time from him studying, from having all the literature, all the stuff that was left on Dagobah, right, for him and all that stuff, and then him creating his own schooling, and then him finding some of the holocrons and stuff like that, and learning about the dark side and about everything else, learning about his dad and all that jazz. You know, he became a crazy Jedi over time. He still was not up to speed when he fought Vader. So, but you have Rey. Rey became God Almighty over a movie and a half, where she was doing everything. So that's kind of odd. Let's see what we got here. Damn, I'm talking less motorcycles, more everything else. Jesus Christ, you guys probably hating this tonight, but you know, it's Christmas, guys. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy conversation. I'm just glad to be. I'm glad you guys are here actually tonight. There's a meme where the Rock looks the same in 4 different movies. Yeah, man, he's just too big. I think, you know what it is. I think for film, you know, Jason Momoa, I think he doesn't even do weights anymore. He mentioned, I saw in one of his interviews, he said he doesn't really do weights. He doesn't even like doing weights. I think when you in the film industry, there's a level of big that you got to be. I think Vin Diesel was at peak, you know, muscular doing the first Fast and the Furious. I think he's falling off really. He looks kind of weird now. But I think there's a look you need to have to be in film where it's like just enough where you built, for example, Ryan Gosling has that look. He's not big, but he's like the lady killer, you know what I mean? What's that dude's name also? Henry Cavill has the same. The dude who played Deadpool also, he got shredded also like that. I think even Blade, when he was, you know, Vampire Slayer, he was fit. He wasn't like a monstrous big. I think The Rock is monstrous big. I think in film, when you see him, he's like, there's a scene in Black Adam, his barely any neck. It's just like crazy. It's like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? I'm expecting him to body slam somebody across, like, and not to say his acting was not good in it. The acting was fine. It's hard to believe him in certain roles, I feel like. Like for example, also in Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise has always been very fit, very put together in those films. He's never like monstrous big. There's like an area that he fits right in. That, for example, in what's that show called? Game of Thrones. When Jason Momoa was that guy, Khal Drogo. He was fit, but he wasn't monstrously big. But he was just there. It was like a men's fitness fit. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. I said I was done with Star Wars and after Obi-Wan show. And that girl survived getting stabbed twice with a lightsaber. I was all right. I'm good. So I think with the sabers, when they dismantle your hand or your leg or something like that, you will survive. But I think getting stabbed through major organs, I don't know about that. But I did enjoy the last battle with Obi-Wan and Vader, because that battle signified that it was the death of Anakin. Like that was the end. Like when he was calling him, calling him in the end after he got defeated. That was kind of cool. That section was really dope. Also the Boba Fett series. Those guys are really, really cool. Mandalorian. Those are really cool. I thought it was gonna be hard pressed to kind of get those done because there's no sabers or anything like that. But that showed Jon Favreau's skill in the business. So I'm very excited for him to join by doing an actual Star Wars movie. So I think that's very interesting. Let's see what you got here, Mike. I hear ya on the comfort factor with riding in the cold. It makes it definitely limited, but worth it for me. Tend to do more back roads, slow speed when it's cold. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that. A lot of my riding also, I do some spirited riding where it's like canyon carving and stuff like that. So I feel like I need my contact patch to be good. I feel like in cold weather, cold tires, you know, those are more some of the ridings that I enjoy. So that's why I'm a little mindful of that. We'll read a couple more and then we'll wrap up. We're going an hour and 40 minutes. Guys, if you're watching this later or after, join the conversation. Drop a comment. Hit the thumbs up. Share it. Share the links to shop. That's always dope. And that helps a lot. Mike, did you enjoy The Mandalorian? The Mandalorian was awesome. Awesome, awesome. I grew up watching Westerns with my dad and martial arts movies on Sundays. And The Mandalorian had a lot of aspect of Westerns. You know, like, you know, some of the cold stares, some of the Mexican standoff areas and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. You can tell the budget wasn't huge, but they did amazing with the budget they had. So much so that Jon Favreau is like coming back on and working on other projects, and he understands the lore. He understands what we like, what people enjoy, and he's not just doing those things in repeat. He's doing new things in a way that's familiar to us. So really, really dope. I enjoyed that immensely. One plus when cold weather riding is your bike makes more power. I can notice even more with mine being intercooled. Yes, riding a Ducati in the cold for me has been really cool. I feel the bike is a lot more peppy and it runs great. That is very, very true, especially on my Monster. So what we got here. Jeremy, you're all right about the Gixxer 1000. Makes more power in cold, and the bike almost seems angry to go slow. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm running. I'm going to bed. That's from Dawn and Ren. I'm going to bed now. Have a happy New Year. Good night. Oh, by the way, guys, most likely I will be on for New Year also. I'm not gonna miss it. By the way, we are up to the episode. I think I'm up to 58 episodes on the stream, or 68 episodes. So very excited to hit 100 episodes without missing. I will make a short New Year episode as well. It does land on the 1st, and it's on Sunday, so I will definitely be on. So come through. Let's have a drink together. Let's celebrate the New Year together, and hopefully we all can prosper and have a good time. All right? Yeah, for sure, Viper. Like having VP in the tank. All right. Guys, it's been really amazing tonight. I really appreciate everyone coming on that came through and chat up or hear me talk video games, motorcycles, comic books in the mix also, and movies. So those are some of the things I really enjoy anyway outside of motorcycles, especially when it's off season. Do a lot of gaming, do a lot of movies and stuff like that, and work on new concept for next season for the channel. Hopefully ideas and more videos. Also for 2023, I'm just gonna call it now, I'm gonna try to do a lot more videos on the channel. I know these videos are struggling. They don't get a lot of views on my channel, and that's why I'm like, sometimes it's not worth putting a lot of work. So I will definitely try to be uploading a lot more on the channel. All I ask is hit the thumbs up, share it, and at least try to help me get it off the ground. That's always great. And I'll keep pushing them. Just like how you guys show up for the streams. If you're here for the videos, I'll push the videos out as well. And yeah, man. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up, comment if you have any questions, or if you looking to get any parts for your bikes. Links will be in the description also. I'll catch you guys next Sunday on New Year's Day. Peace.